Here's another story. This is a few years ago in an area of LA called Long Beach, 2006. Right outside LA, and it happened about 20 miles away from the corporate headquarters of the LA Times, a newspaper that did not write anything about this for almost a month. Now, you tell me if you think this is newsworthy. Maybe Larry is not in the news business. I don't really know. Halloween night, 2006, Long Beach, California, right outside LA. Without provocation, a mostly black mob of between 30 and 40 teens kicked, punched, pummeled 3 young white women, slamming them to the ground, ripping earrings from their lobes, beating them with a skateboard. One of the victims, 12 fractures in her face that required multiple surgeries, damage to her teeth, damage to her eyesight, internal injuries and concussions. But for the efforts of a black Good Samaritan who was just driving by and saw what was going on, waited into the crowd to give the girls some help, they all might have died. Now, would you think that would be a story? I would think so. LA Times did not write one word about it for a whole week. How do you not write something like this for a whole week? Because it's inconvenient. Because the narrative is that the racism is coming from white people towards black people, not the other way around. Now, the former head of CBS News, Van Gordon Saunter, just wrote a piece for the Wall Street Journal. He said, I've never seen partisanship like this. The major networks now have conceded they're not at all objective, fair, and balanced, including my own network. So the answer is, be honest. Why don't you just say you're anti-Trump? Why don't you just say you're anti-rich people? Be honest. That way people can evaluate what you're doing instead of lying. The former head of CBS News says the news is so biased that the alternative is not to change it, not to make it fair and balanced. He says they will never do that because the money is in pushing the agenda that they're pushing. Just be honest about it. Not unlike one of the editors of the Washington Post was some years ago when their ombudsperson, this is the woman in charge of making sure the newspaper is practicing journalistic integrity, wrote 2 pieces about the paper's 2008 campaign coverage between Obama and McCain and said there's no question we had more pictures of Obama on the front page, more flattering pictures of Obama on the front page, more articles about Obama on the front page, more positive articles about Obama on the front page. And it so ticked off one of the editors of the newspaper, he publicly said, look, we're not garment cutters over here. We're trying to make a product our listeners want to read. At least he was honest. It's not about being fair and balanced, not about being objective, not about all the news that's fit to print. We have an audience. Our audience has a certain ideological perspective, said this guy, and we are catering to them. At least he's being honest.